What was the question?
The question was.
Oh, okay. The question was, who is more willing to do the work to self-improve, to be attractive, men or women?
To be attractive, women.
Okay, why?
Because we're feminine. I don't know.
All right. What about you?
I don't know.
What about you? Why do you think?
See a guy trying to
What do you think works harder to self-improve to be attractive, men or women?
I think women, because we're more in tune with our emotions, and men aren't. And it also has to do with the social. A lot of the world sees that men that we don't really. It shows that we don't really care about men, and that's why men hide themselves. And if we don't look after men, they're gonna think that we really don't care.
Yeah, but
and
the
that's
question
why
is,
they
who's more willing? Like, who puts in more work to be more? Okay, and you think it's because women are more in tune with their emotions?
Yeah.
Okay. Being honest here, do you think men really care about your emotions when it comes to how attractive you are, realistically speaking?
If they love you, then I guess yeah.
But we're talking about attraction.
I mean, if it's just physical attraction, then I guess not.
Okay. So women, because they're more in tune with their emotions. What about you?
I agree, women probably, but I think men are starting to do more work now than ever before. Like, there's a lot of social media influencers
So why do you
that
think
are male.
women put more effort in?
Like the other girl said, that it's very, I don't know, traditionally women express themselves, they talk to each other, they gossip to each other, and men are more
How does that make
closed
you more
off.
attractive to men, though?
Oh, what was the question?
Wow.
Stupid.
Feminine.
The question was, who works harder to self-improve to be attractive to the opposite gender, men or women?
Yeah, women.
How so?
Because they are working on their emotions, and they...
Do men care about female emotions? Does that make them more attractive to men in general?
I think if a woman is like a emotional wreck, then the man is going to be like, this woman's crazy. But if a woman can contain her emotions, then the man will respect her in some way.
I mean, men stuff fuck crazy though, you know what I'm saying?
What emotions gotta do with looking good though?
I don't think I'm getting on this question. Am I getting this question?
No, you just gave a
it just started
strange
off
answer. But
yeah.
Okay. All right. I mean, I think the responses that we're getting kind of prove
What would you
the
say?
other way, but that's fine. What about you? Who do you think? Who do you think self-improves more to attract the opposite gender, men or women?
Women.
Why?
Because women always want to look good for girls and boys. They always want to look good, and it makes themselves feel pretty. You're not asking about no emotion, nothing. You asking if what make woman.
Yeah, who is more willing to self-improve to attract the opposite gender?
A
yes.
woman is always gonna put on makeup, put on just to feel better in themselves. You know what? I'm crying. I just got broken up with.
Okay.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go
out tonight. Let me do my makeup.
Yeah,
Now I get the question.
now I get
What
it.
about you?
I would say that they do it in different ways. I think men, when they're trying to be attractive, they'll work on career and try to accumulate, I don't know.
But who does more work to be attractive for the opposite gender, in your opinion?
If you had to choose one gender,
yeah,
who does more work?
Probably women.
Okay. Why?
Well, I think the pressure might be a bit more on women to be attractive, for starters. So that's probably why I would say women.
Especially when they're over 30.
Interesting. What about you? What do you think?
I think that men put in more work, I guess, to attract the opposite sex.
Okay. Why do you say men?
Well, a lot of the things that we named have nothing to do with attracting a man. For example, emotions have very little to do with
Someone's
attracting
listening
a
to the
man.
question.
It has to do with you feeling better about your emotions and not being depressed or having anxiety. Or the way you look, a lot of times, is just for your ego. Again, that's okay. I'm not knocking it. I care about how I look, and I recognize part of it is ego. But the work that I do to actually be in a relationship probably didn't start until my late 20s.
Okay.
But men have to start off a little bit more. They have to be successful, and they have to be able to lead, and blah, 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 these things. But they have to start much early on, much early on, to attract the opposite sex. I'm answering that question.
Okay. Okay. Who do you think has to work harder to attract the opposite gender?
Oh, it's
Or
my turn.
does more with self-improvement? Yeah.
Man,
Why?
because men have to work out, get their body right.
Okay.
They have to get their money right.
Okay.
You know, they have to drive the nice car. They have to have the house.
Okay.
Basically have all these assets to make them more attractive to women so they could actually even breathe on them, to be honest. So
Right.
it's harder for men. It's more work for men because women, we just wake up and we could just put on a wig or we could just do something and we could attract a man like this.
Mhm.
Versus a man, he can't put on a wig or something. He has to have resources because even if his look is there, if he ain't got no money, he broke. You'll probably hang with him for a while, but he's going to eventually fall off.
Okay.
And yeah, men definitely,
Okay.
that's the majority of the work.
So the question there. So the first one was, who has to do more self improvement, or who self improves more to attract the opposite gender? I'll ask you this, just a very simple question. Is it easier for a woman to attract a man, or for a man to attract a woman? We'll start here and then work our way.
Said if it's easier for a man.
Yeah, is
to
it easier
attract-
for a man to attract a woman, or for a woman to attract a man?
for a woman to attract a man?
Woman to attract a man.
Correct, because
Okay.
men are easy. I'm sure all you ladies on this panel can agree. Men
Okay.
are very easy.
What about you? Is it easier for a woman to attract a man, or a man to attract a woman?
Woman.
Okay. What about you?
I say the same.
Woman?
Yeah,
Why?
because we get it easily. We get whoever we want, however we want, whatever we want, whenever we fucking want. Men can't say the same.
Okay. What about you?
Woman.
Why do you say that?
Same reason. Women are like they just have so much more to work with, you know? Hair, makeup, clothes, heels, nails.
So there's more variables to manipulate to increase beauty?
100%.
Okay. What about you?
Women have it easier
Okay. Why?
because there's so much. Oh, sorry.
There's so much what?
Because it's just easier. It's just easier. Guys are thirsty,
Okay.
and girls too. Some of the girls be thirsty for
Yeah.
bitches too.
Oh, women are thirsty for other women is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you?
I
Is it
think
easier for a
women-
man to attract a woman, or a woman to attract a man?
Easier for women.
Why?
I don't know. I think that's just kind of, in my experience, it's been like that's just how it is. With women, you're the one being approached most of the time. So
Okay. What about you?
It's easier for women.
Okay. What about you, Dollface?
It's easier for women.
So all of you think that it's easier for women to attract men than men to attract women, but 6 of you said that women work harder to self-improve than men do. See how it doesn't make sense?
I thought you said attract.
I want to see the
I thought you said
correlation.
attract.
Like
though, not
think about that. Like, y'all just contradicted yourselves because I said who works harder to self-improve to attract the opposite gender. You 6 all said women. Then I said who's it easier for? You all said it's women. So realistically, do women have to work as hard as men to get women?
well, there's competition.
Well,
So technically, they still
honestly-
do work.
And I think I
Yeah, but we described earlier how an average woman can absolutely pull an
Weird.
extraordinary man.
Mhm.
But it's not the other way around. An average man doesn't extraordinary. A top tier woman doesn't even look an average guy's way.
No.
But an average woman has a chance with a top tier guy. See what I mean?
if you didn't realize, a lot of people didn't even understand the question until we got further down.
I mean, I rephrased it several times.
I know.
Is that my fault?
No, it's not. Nobody.
That's
Was,
another thing too. I didn't want to sound like an asshole, but women could walk around and not be competent and still make it through life.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing too. Another thing that I get very controversial that I say: women can afford to be stupid, men can't.
And we still attract the men.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So women-
realistically speaking, who actually has to work harder to attract the opposite gender? I think it's profoundly men. It's not even close. Because
But-
women could be absolute retards, morons, bring nothing to the table, just be attractive enough, and a guy will come and rescue you.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
they
work the
have
other
to
way around.
put the work in to be
Yeah.
attractive
Yeah.
if they're not
His
an
question
attractive
was
woman.
who does the work.
Not
I
really.
don't know nothing well.
Not really. There's women out there that are average looking that might put makeup on or not, but they can still find a man.
He's saying
Yeah.
the average guy has problems getting the opposite sex, and most of them are virgins anyway.
The average guy?
Yeah.
That's not true. I feel like the average guy could get a woman. How's his
No, you
confidence
said
looking?
you feel like. Where's the stats?
I don't have any stats.
Exactly.
But ladies, wait,
This
where
is
does
our
confidence
opinion,
rank?
right?
Where does
Yo.
confidence rank
People live
go?
on stats.
You
Where does confidence
feel
rank?
like
I feel
it's
like
not an answer.
No, but
I'm asking
Isn't
the
this
ladies
our
on the
opinion?
panel.
Confidence
It's
doesn't rank
right.
high. You could be. I've met men who are super confident, but they really shouldn't be. I've also met women who are super confident and they shouldn't be. Blah blah blah. We don't want to talk about that. Answer your question. There's men that are confident, and I don't care how confident you are. If you're trash, you're trash. Like I'm not. You know what I mean? But to be realistic, to answer the actual question, women, sorry, I believe that therapy is work, right? Emotions are work. Fixing all your traumas, blah, 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 that's work. But at the same time, that's one small aspect of work. Putting on lashes is a small aspect of work, but physically getting up and going to work every single day and then dealing with your emotions and forming them into actual thoughts to lead a family, to lead a job place, to lead your future family, to potentially like set yourself up for success, to be somebody in the community that people respect, that's real work. And I'm not saying women don't do that, but to answer the actual question is that men have to do a lot more to attract a woman, right? If a man is confident and he looks good, great, he's attracted a woman, but you're going to lose attraction really quickly once he doesn't know how to lead you, right? Once he doesn't know how to do what you need him to do. Rather it is he's too masculine or too feminine. He has to do something to allow you to stay attracted to him. Versus as a woman, all I really have to do is be pretty, be, you know, somewhat easy to get along with and have a decent conversation and not be a B word. And I will probably be completely fine in a relationship. And I'm just being honest. Like, I don't really need to bring a lot to the table other than peace. And that's just, again, that's my opinion. I don't know if that's facts or statistics.
No, that's 100%.
That's well said.
That's 100%. No, kudos to you. Yeah, I've said it before. People get mad. I say women live life on easy mode in 2023.
They do.
I mean, it's really on you to not fuck it up if you find a guy. And most girls can't even do that right. You know what I mean? They get a guy and they annoying or they're masculine or they're overbearing or whatever it is, and they can't even keep a guy around. So I whenever I see girls like struggling in relationships, I kind of just laugh because it's like, bro, you're fucking up because guys are simple.
I don't think women understand how much work men have to do just to be in your face and you respond in a nice way.
To even be a candidate.
Like,
to even be a candidate.
Just security wise, like confidence wise, it takes a lot of work, ladies.
Yeah. Somebody has something? I saw something. Oh, shit. All right, go ahead.
You just said, oh, shit.
For example, me, statistically, I'm an incompetent, I guess, attractive woman, right? So, for example, normally an incompetent, attractive woman goes for a guy, like richer guys, right? But for example, me personally, not statistically, me, for example, I don't go for guys with money. You know why? Because normally high value men is statistically high value men go for what's the young, like what's the freshest. You feel me? Like what's like the prettiest at the moment. The moment your ass and titties fall, he's gonna go to the next one. You feel
How do
me?
you
So-
define high value man?
Huh?
What is your definition of high
They
value
say that a high value man is a guy that makes that is I guess a millionaire, right? That's a high value man. A millionaire
didn't say that.
with status and what else? What else?
We didn't say that. But
What's- what-
there's a lot more to it than that. But
Just
that's,
money,
that's
but-
fine.
Okay,
What else?
Bro, it doesn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, so that's what I'm saying is I just found it interesting that 6 of you said that women work harder to self-improve, but the reality is that it's easier for women to attract men. I think men work a lot harder to get the opposite gender than women do. Because I think if a girl's average, she still has options, but if a man's average, he has almost no options. Because women date up, unfortunately, you know, and men are willing to date down. So a guy has to get to a certain level to even have the ability to date average women. You know, you got to be 2-3 points above your girl for her to actually respect you and fall in line. Because women don't respect their equal; they respect superior.
Facts.
So, and that's why I think men need to be in leadership roles. And I mean, are we on Rumble? No. Okay,
Yeah.
never mind. I'll
Not
say
yet.
it later. Did you have something first you want to add to that or no?
No, I was gonna say, even here on the panel, when people broke up, who did the initiation?
Yeah,
It was
most of
women.
y'all broke up, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Not
has
the
a guy
guy.
ever broken up with any of you that you could think of recently?
Not really.
They're not gonna admit it. My opinion.
They'll just ghost you.
Has a guy ever broken up with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Well, that makes sense.
how many times?
20 times. Pump and dump.
20 times.
Chris got one.
Chris. I mean, I'd be willing to bet that maybe for every 5 times you broke up with a guy, one guy broke up with you.
They leave, but then they come back. You feel me? So it's like
they come back all right.
So Chris was
they always come back. So, and then after they come back, it's like, nah, go with no.
Go to the other bitch.
Yeah, go to the other bitch.
So Chris was right the first time.
Still with
Go,
her.
listen, broke or poor, they're always gonna go to.
Yeah.
So it's the
I mean,
same shit.
what I've realized is that most of the time women initiate the breakups. It's not the men. Very rarely do men break up with girls. Like a girl's really got to fuck up for a dude to leave.
Like really badly.
Yeah.
Like really, you got it. Like if cheated
Go
on
through
him or some
worse.
shit, or he caught you sucking somebody's dick. Like it takes a lot for a guy to
That's
break
true.
up with a
Yeah,
chick.
that's true.
Okay.
So much that's
Yeah, we can. or whatever.